It is a rough season to be a tech billionaire, especially if you're holding a microphone in front of a bunch of college graduates. All spring, one after another, the lords of Silicon Valley have walked onto commencement stages to share their wisdom with our youth. And one after another, the youth have stood up and walked out, booing loudly. Eric Schmidt, the former Google boss, got booed at Arizona for lecturing kids about their fear of AI. A development executive at the University of Central Florida said these magic words: "AI is the next industrial revolution," and got booed so hard that she froze on stage and said, quote, "Okay, I struck a chord." You sure did, ma'am. And over the weekend, it was Sundar Pichai's turn, the CEO of Google. And there he was in front of the Stanford class of 2026, his own alma mater. And there was about 200 graduates that stood up in their caps and gowns in the middle of his speech and walked right out of the stadium, booing, waving flags with signs, leaving. Now, what the mainstream corporate sponsored by AI platform owners is missing is that the students aren't walking out over robots taking their jobs. Although that anxiety, it's real. No, these Stanford students walked out over something very specific and very evil. Their signs had things on them like "ICE spies with Google AI" and "Genocide runs on Google." These students were speaking out against Google's Project Nimbus, a $1.2 billion contract that is supplying cloud and AI to the Israeli military. And they're also protesting Google's work that powers Immigration and Customs Enforcement's surveillance machine. Yeah, that machine. Stephen Miller's wet dream, the Trump deportation machine, is powered by Google's AI. And the kids? They're calling it out. Because these corporate types are normalizing this crap in warm commencement speeches about optimism and shaping the future responsibly. Yet their tech is being optimized to help federal agents decide which neighborhoods to raid, which people to track, and which families to snatch into the back of a van. The graduates, they're not afraid of technology advancing. Every generation faces that. These students are angry that yet again, corporations are showing that they have no moral compass. Their magnetic north is cash, and it doesn't matter who they have to step over to get it. And Pichai's response? Well, look, he had a choice. He could have faced this head on. Things like this aren't a surprise. He could have crafted his remarks to be about the challenges of ethical use of AI or something. Instead, he didn't mention AI at all. His speech was beige. It was about adapting to change and optimism about your generation. And he sailed right past the lake of gasoline that he was standing in because he knew. He knew that if he started selling the AI future without addressing Google's misuse of it to a stadium that had students standing up and walking out on him, it would have been a whole hell of a lot worse. So he picked the cowardly play. He smiled and said nothing real. And in this broader scope, this booing season, which, by the way, I just love the concept of booing season. It's its own beautiful thing happening everywhere. To all of these soulless money hounds, it's happening over the same thing. These executives keep strolling onto stages to tell a room full of well-educated, passionate 22-year-olds, kids who just took on a mortgage of student debt for a degree, that the magic technology that their companies are building is going to be wonderful, transformative, and also it might be weaponized against their friends and family. While the CEOs are delivering these empty speeches with a smile, as if these kids should be grateful for getting a warning about it. The graduates, they're not booing because they don't understand AI. They're booing because they understand the business model. Profits over people, period. You'll never get a standing ovation for telling a stadium that you've automated their future and then you've rented the leftovers to the surveillance state. You will end up getting exactly what Pichai got, the sight of the next generation's backs as they opt out of your worldview. These people, these tech barons, they will fly anywhere, take any honorary degree, and lecture 22-year-olds about a glorious future. But what they won't do is stand in front of those same 22-year-olds and honestly answer for the contracts, the surveillance, the deportation, and the lost jobs. The kids see it. They showed up, they stood up, and they showed that they see it. And that's why I'm asking you to subscribe and comment, because right now I am talking bad about the very company that owns and runs this platform. So I need your help to help me fight it.